Guidon D, golden handlebar, literally translated, the Circuit Carole here in France, where the world's best road racers come head-to-head with the very best riders from the off-road motorcycle scene. And this really is a compromise between road racing and motocross. 80% of the action is on tarmac, just 20% on this, the loose stuff. Put them out on a circuit, tarmac and gravel. It's going to be interesting. The road racers have been supremely dominant over the last 2 years. Now, what do the riders think of it?
Well, after last year, I liked it so much, I got myself a bike. And I haven't ridden on the street circuits, but I've been riding in a lot of dirt, yes. So, you know, I'm a little bit more prepared, but unfortunately I kicked my toe out there, so I'm a little bit injured at the moment.
World champion in 87, Gardner. Now, Wilco Zeelenberg, Dutch 250cc man. Well, the first time for me, says Wilco. I'm really excited about the prospect of having a go here. It's good practice. The Americans score heavily. Is it good for the future? Well, of course it is, he said. This is where the Americans are so strong in their road racing, because they ride off-road in the closed season. So I'm hoping that this event will benefit me in my 250cc World Championship Challenge in 1992. In the winter, the training is good.
This is the first time you're doing superbike races?
John Kosinski.
Yeah, actually it is. They've done quite a bit of this stuff back in the States, but actually I was too young when they were doing it to participate in this kind of racing. So it's my first time, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there and having a good race.
Any problem with you here on this sort of going? Georges Chauvet, world 500cc motocross champion. No problem. He said the problem, if there is one, is the lighting. He said the lamps are not good at all. No, they're not, are they? First semi-final with number 2 Kosinski moving up onto the front of the grid. He was down to ride the Yamahas of Stefan Peter Hansel, who's away on the Faroes Rally. They were provided for him, they were fettled for him at enormous expense. He had problems in practice, and Kosinski has elected to ride a 4-stroke single-cylinder 500cc Husqvarna, and that's the first time that he's ridden anything like it. Hand on the helmet, they have to, so they don't have the clutch in and the bike in gear, but it's Kosinski gets the whole shot. Number 2 Kosinski out in front. Number 8 closing on the back of Kosinski, but Kosinski, number 2, out in front. Number 8 Alberto Puig on the Honda, the 250 Grand Prix man. Wayne Rainey couldn't compete, so Kosinski has stepped in place of world champion Wayne Rainey, who has got broken bones. Just next to the airport in the north of Paris, this Circuit Carole. And look how difficult it is. They've got slick tires on motocross bikes, motocross geometry, very, very quick, and it's dark. Alberto Puig, there's Gardner number 3. And going through as well, that's Mattioli number 10. So we've got 22 of the very best road racers and motocrossers in the world. Wayne Gardner there, number 3. But out in front, this the first semi-final. John Kosinski on the 500cc Husqvarna with his nose well out in front. Right behind him, Alberto Puig from Spain. Then's Wayne Gardner, number 3. Then it's number 10, Mattioli. And the first of the qualifiers from the support races, number 31, Circuit Carole here in France for Supermotard. This the first semi-final, and you can see just how dark it is on certain parts of the circuit. But in third place, it's number 3, former world champion Wayne Gardner. Out in front, however, the young Arkansas kid, John Kosinski, number 2, the man who won the 250cc World Championship in 1990 and then switched to 500s in the road racing world for 91, and was a brilliant backstop to teammate Wayne Rainey, who regrettably is injured and cannot appear here today. Former world champion Eddie Lawson is in fact here spectating for an enormous fee, alleged to be many thousands of dollars. However, Kosinski then out in front, Alberto Puig right behind him. And Kosinski, the revelation, I think, of this meeting, having put his leg across this big Husqvarna 4-stroke for the first time here in France, and just about overshadowing the established off-road stars. Kosinski leading then. Close on his heels, the factory Honda man Alberto Puig, number 8. On the fiery red factory Honda, tucking down Puig, right behind Kosinski, race leader, into the loose again. Kosinski sliding the Husqvarna around, now flicking it from right to left, beautifully onto the tarmac. Up through the gearbox again. Puig, a quick look over the shoulder. Oh, lovely control by Kosinski, flicked the rear end out. That's the third place man, and Gardner now coming under real pressure from number 31, William Rubio, who was the first of the qualifiers in the support classes and earned his place in the grid in this semi-final. This the battle then for third and fourth. Aussie, Wayne Gardner, number 3, William Rubio, number 31, right behind him from France. On the Motor Vert Assurance 610 Husqvarna, Rubio, Wayne Gardner, of course, riding Works Honda, the two-stroke Honda. Third and fourth bit. And Rubio really getting down in the slipstream behind Wayne Gardner, who admitted at the top of the program just how much he enjoys this supermotard. 3 on the plate, third in the race. Wayne Gardner then from Australia. Race leader from USA still John Kosinski. But this is where the action is. They're on the tarmac. Oh, look at Rubio, really cranked over. Established motocross star. And still this scrap for third and fourth place. Gardner's machine just a little bit quicker on the straight, I think, than the 4-stroke Husqvarna. We shall see as they come onto the straight again. Gardner in third, Rubio in fourth. Kosinski, we're with the race leader now, John Kosinski, number 2 on the Husqvarna. Still Alberto Puig. Now watch Kosinski flicking it. Oh, sideway and over the top, high side for Kosinski. And Puig is down too. So second place man, Alberto Puig down. 1 and 2 down, picking it up. There's Gardner. Gardner through into the lead on the inside. Number 3, Wayne Gardner leading. And Rubio in second place. Smells victory here. This is only the semi-final. Let's have a look. Now, where did Kosinski get it wrong? Sideways, just a little bit too much throttle out of the turn there. The back end came round and Little John went down. And it's amazing, isn't it, really, that Alberto Puig couldn't get that sorted out. There could be something to do with the poor lighting, but he obviously didn't see Kosinski down on the ground. And he's still got it up, though. The Spaniard is up on 2 wheels, but not quickly enough to stop Gardner and Rubio going through into first and second. This, then, the battle for 1 and 2 in the race. Wayne Gardner, number 3, leads. And Rubio, number 31, alongside him. The last lap board coming out, they're neck and neck, these two. Gardner and Rubio. William Rubio, the local man, the cheers of the crowd. He's number 31. Race leader, however, former world champion 87, Wayne Gardner. And I think Rubio's going to get this. He's really putting the former world road racing champ under pressure. And Rubio's down, touched the rear end of Wayne Gardner. And this leaves a clear race win now for Wayne Gardner if he does nothing wrong. Does he go on the inside? Yeah, slipped. Oh, and yeah, slipped through on the inside. That's exactly where Kosinski came to grief. Look at this, the 2-stroke Honda, very quick single-cylinder 2-stroke Honda, 500cc. Gardner then onto the dirt for the last time. The checkered flag will be next time round for this man, who almost dropped it there. Oh, great stuff. First semi-final then goes to Wayne Gardner. Checkered flag, and the Aussie wins. There it is then. Rubio still got second. Sine, Steve Hazeltine, and Bangar, another Frenchman. So Frenchman 1, 2, 3 on feature of this week's Go program, the Guidon D, which is proving to be a fascinating cocktail of talent between the world's top road racers and the world's established motocross stars. Add into that 8 of the very best motocrossers from the invitation races, and you have 30 of the world's most versatile motorcyclists doing the business over this 80% tarmac and 20% dirt circuit here at the Circuit Carole, just north of Paris. Second semi-final then. I remind you that Wayne Gardner took the win in the first semi-final, John Kosinski having pitched off the big Husky four-stroke. Second semi-final, 16 riders go, sorting themselves out as they go down towards the first turn. Number 21 going through that's Gilles Salvador, a KTM, factory KTM motocrosser. Stefan Chambon, though, one of the good, in fact, one of the best motocross riders from France, is out there in front. Chambon absolutely flying. Stefan Chambon. Factory Husqvarna for Chambon. Number 26 out there in front. The first four then now really storming away. Didier Hugues is up there as well. And Bidou. Out in front though, Chambon. Second, number 25. There's Didier Hugues up to second place. Hugues up to second place. We've yet to see something from the road racing stars in this second semi-final. Over the past 2 or 3 years of this event, the road racers have proved to be absolutely dominant. Brock Glover, one of the American all-time greats in the motocross world, having been here since the very first time this event was run. Brock Glover, number 27, going well, but this is the race leader, number 26, Stefan Chambon. Factory Husqvarna, number 15 there, also Georges Jobet, World 500cc motocross champion. Well, a bit of a scrap going on for the lead here, but nothing like as exciting as the first semi-final. And what a great drive from Kosinski that was. Number 26 leads, number 25 in second place. That's Didier Hugues on the factory Kawasaki. So the green Kawasaki in second. Stefan Chambon, number 26, on the factory Husqvarna four-stroke, out in the lead. Didier Hugues then, number 25, looking for an inside line, but if you just think about it for a moment, these are motocross bikes with slick road race tyres, and on the tarmac there, I suppose they're just about acceptable, but on the dirt stuff, I think interesting, to say the least, is about the right expression I can use. The lighting also has come under criticism. Very, very dark. They have to feel their way round on the back part of the circuit. It's made the conditions very tricky indeed. Didier Hugues then on the Kawasaki, still in second. Stefan Chambon, 26, out in front. These 5 just stringing out from the rest of the pack. Didier Hugues still now looking on the rough stuff for a way through. He's going around the outside line of Chambon if he can. 15 also pushing hard there at Jobet. There's Brock Glover, 27. Glover in 5th place, but not really close enough, and out in front it's Didier Hugues. Hugues then on the Kawasaki has gone through into the lead, replacing Chambon, pushing him down. Chambon was blisteringly quick round here in practice, very, very fast indeed. Could be, though, that Stefan Chambon, number 26, is just sitting back and waiting for the final, because that is, of course, what all the big money is on. Sponsored by the French Kawasaki importer, Didier Hugues. Full road race leathers, and he's got the right idea, because to ditch the thing on the tarmac in motocross clothing, not advisable. Looking forward to these meeting in the final, especially to see how they compare against the speed of Wayne Gardner. That was evident, and also the number 2 of John Kosinski, having remounted, will have qualified for the final, but of course may not have a good start line position. These 3 now. Salvador has hooked himself onto the back of Chambon. Chambon almost coming a cropper there, just a little bit tricky. Gilles Salvador. So it's 3 Frenchmen, 1, 2, 3, and they're all motocrossers out there at the moment. Laurent Pidou is in 4th. Gilles Salvador, number 21, in 3rd place. Still the race leader, though, number 25. the Kawasaki man, Didier Hoog. However, number 21 closing. So Gilles Salvador on the KTM. So we have a Kawasaki leading, a Husqvarna in second place, KTM in third. The Husqvarna machinery, of course, now made down in Italy, in the Cagiva factory, having been taken over by the Cagiva concern when the Husqvarna operation went belly up in Sweden, of course, where it had been for so many, many years. Sixth place is Jobet. Billy Lyles is lying in ninth place, so one or two of the established motocross stars from the USA struggling a little bit. They are taking a bit of a beating here at the hands of the French, who have adapted to this supermotard, which is what this sport is called, superbly. Look at that control from Gilles Salvador, number 21 on the KTM. Didier Hoog leads. Stefan Chambon now looking as though he might just lose second place to Gilles Salvador. One lap to go then. Salvador in third, looking as though he wants second. Out in front, number 25, Didier Hoog. Still in the runner-up spot, 26, Stefan Chambon. 21, Salvador. Flicking through the rights and lefts. They're now onto the loose stuff at the back part of the circuit. Over the jump. The jump just before which John Kosinski crashed. They're onto the tarmac for the last time. One more fast right-hand dirt bend to go after this, and then a short sprint to the flag. But Didier Hoog, with sparks coming off the footrest of the Kawasaki, leads from number 26, Stefan Chambon. Onto the back straight, heads down, bottoms up, and two-stroke power versus four-stroke power. Flicking it through the S's. Hoog, Chambon. And number 21, Gilles Salvador. Well, I think this is the way it's going to stay. I think the second place is going to remain in the hands of Stefan Chambon, but this man is going for the lead and means business. Didier Hoog, number 25, into the dirt for the last time. And this is where it can all go wrong, but he's determined not to make any silly mistakes. The checkered flag in sight. Didier Hoog pops a wheelie for the crowd. And what a crowd we have here. Something like 18,000 people spectating at this event. Hoog from Chambon, Salvador, Laurent Pidou, and Brock Glover, 4 Frenchmen, and 1 man from the USA completes the top 5. Second semi-final then, Didier Hoog on the Kawasaki. Pretty close stuff, isn't it? Chambon, number 26. Control indeed on the front brake, and that's the stopping power of that massive front slick.
Very similar, but you know, getting out in the dirt and the jumps and stuff, it's, you know, especially with the tires that we're using, you know, they're pretty close to being a slick tire, and when you get that thing in the dirt, it's not too much traction, so it's kind of scary, but you know, I think each guy is going to have his own advantage, and I just hope I have more than anybody else.
Do you think that it will be difficult riding in the dark now?
Last night was very difficult, yeah, particularly the bottom corner down there. You can't see anything, and it puts me off a little bit. You can't be quite as accurate and quite precise on the positioning on the road and in the dirt. It does hide some problems, so I tend to just roll the throttle off a little bit and take it a little bit safer.
Safe but sure. We've had a couple of starts already. And well, Zeelenberg left on the grid there, but that's Didier Hoog on 25 and Stefan Chambon. Let's have a look. Here's the arrow. Look. Wayne Gardner not even moving off the grid there. And I think he just stalled his engine, but by the time he restarted it, no way. So, John Kaczynski on the Yamaha. member of the Chesterfield off-road team. Hug going really well. Didier Hug on riding the Kawasaki France, but you can see them all coming through. Koczynski, Rubio, Giorgio Bay is on 15. This is where it gets iffy round that corner there, and you could see the positions changing. This is the corner that Wayne Gardner said he didn't like very much. And back onto the tarmac again, and the road racers loving it. Koczynski is actually climbing well up the field now. 27 is Brock Glover on the Honda. Here's Hug keeping out of trouble and well up in front. Chambon going well in second place. And that looks like Gilles Salvador on the KTM, 21. And William Rubio on the HVA 610. And he's fourth. Fifth is Glover, Brock Glover. And they're really motoring around there. And of course the crowd love this as well. And Ken Howerton is also in there as well. That's 17. And Jan Sinet. There goes Howerton, the American, going well, pushing hard past. Look at it getting down on the old tank there, trying to reduce the, whoa! And it just shows how difficult it is when the things change, when the conditions change, and that's John Koczynski keeping out of trouble. But Steve Hesseltine, number 5, is is pushing through. 33 there is Jean-Claude Mousse on the HVA. And Alberto Puig, the Catalan, the Spaniard, on number 8, riding well through there. Didier Roch still in the lead. Stefan Chambon, 26. Second, Didier Hug there. And Rubio, who seems to be dropping back all the time now. There's Hug. There's Chambon, as you can see. And he's starting to chase, actually. Look, he's really narrowing the gap, and one wonders if Hug is just getting a bit tired, or whether Koczynski now, he's ridden a great race, actually, and he's starting to pull up the field. There's Puig, Alberto Puig. And a strange mixture for these guys, but big crowds turning out from Paris. A good battle there between 25, Hug, and on the inside, Chambon. Chambon coming through on the inside, moves into the lead. Now he's driven a beautiful, oh, you see how fast he's going, right off the circuit there at that point. And so it's turning into a real battle for the lead. And he's just got the feel of this circuit absolutely right. And as I say so, sparks fly off some of the metalwork on the frame. And Rubio and Koczynski battling away. There's Koczynski. Oh, very fast into the dirt. You can see how he suddenly loses it. Rubio, they're gaining on him as they move onto the tarmac. He settles down, gets over the tank, and there's not much between them at that point. And onto the old brakes. This is seeing, he just blew it. Got to get most of your braking done on the tarmac before you hit the loose. There's no traction on deceleration at this stage, and Chambon going through there like... Great style now. Cloak has dropped quite a long way back. And it's interesting to see, that's Mattioli. And going his way through the back markers now, Chambon, as if they don't exist. And he pulls over the way, keeping it looking over his shoulder, and that is good riding by the back marker. Here's Puig now, from España. With a name like that, it's got to be Catalan, I would think, Puig. And you can see Rubio is chasing him hard now, having a good battle. Sitting up as they come off the tarmac onto the loose, and Puig actually pulling away from Rubio a little bit. And 23 there is Thierry Charbonnier on the Suzuki. Number 5, Steve Asseltine, somewhere around the top 10. It's difficult to say really, positions changing around there so often as we're coming around to the final stages of this event. And there's old Puig going well. I think he's he's somewhere up in the top 10 in the points. I think he is 10th, and you can see it being chased hard by Steve Asseltine. Chambon has ridden a brilliant race, and you can hear the crowd cheering him on as Chambon rides the old saddle through there, and a good French win at the French circuit. Hoog managed to hang on to second, but he was being chased by Brock Glover all the time. Jakinski rode a good race. Rubio ended up in 5th, and funnily enough, Puig ended up way back in 10th position. Yann Sinet 9th, Laurent Charbonnel 8th, and Gilles Salvador 7th. Georges Jobet only managed 6th.